Now, what we need to be talking about is our men's mental health. Talk to women, we can't worry about them. We got to worry about us because we know they're not going to be concerned about our mental health. That's why they cussing, talking crazy to you, beating you up, putting hands and feet on you because they really don't give a about your mental health. So you got to care about your own mental health. So for you fellas who don't, man, well, you need to do something better. Your mental health as well as your physical health.
So, and I just want to clarify this real quick. I'm glad you said that, right? When you say HAMP broadens things out. HAMP, just so you know, when I say this the real HAMP, you know we don't agree on everything, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you the man, but we don't agree on everything. So sometimes I don't agree with you. And it's really that. But it comes off as more than I'm just disagreeing with you because of my disposition and my mannerisms. So I have to accept that that's who I am and that's what people get from me, right? So I'm willing to clarify when it's necessary. And when people don't accept my clarifications, then they can eat a dick, right? But you somebody that I absolutely will clarify for because I respect you.
Yeah.
But we don't always agree,
Yeah.
right? So, but so I just want to clarify that. But truth be told, you have to, I think if you're a black person who doesn't know, what's the spot in Baltimore where all the rich ass black people at?
In Baltimore, I'm not sure.
Or Maryland one.
Oh, Montgomery
PG County,
County and PG County, yeah.
If you don't know that shit exists, then you just living under a rock, right? Like I think in general, black people know that there are some black people that's doing well. I think we all have a couple of the motherfuckers in our family at least, right? In our own individual family. So we know, right? It's a bunch of black people that's doing well. But I think the problem I have, Shad, and everybody's gonna tell me I'm wrong again, but Shad, when they say that, guess what they talking about? Money. They're not talking about how psychologically well people are doing. They're not talking about how emotionally well people are doing. They're not talking about whether or not these motherfuckers is taking depression pills, anxiety medicine. They ain't talking about that. They just saying these niggas got a Benz. This nigga got a Cybertruck. These niggas got Versace robes. These niggas got chains, colorful do-rags, right? So they he must be doing well. That money don't always mean people are doing well. And if that is the measure, then the majority of us aren't doing well because the majority of us aren't making that much money.
Well, let me say this. I'm gonna get to. I think my power is blinking, man. You know, the storm coming. But Beans, one thing we looked at, right? We were talking in the Discord where we found out the educated blacks, they're married at about a 55 to 70% rate. People who have college degrees. So I'm with you, right? Well, a lot of times we talk about doing well, it is about money. But I'm also saying we do further research. There is a group of black people that are figuring it out. Their families are intact. Their communities are a little bit stronger. And it seems to be, education seems to be one of the components to that group. It ain't the only one, but it's one. That being college educated.
Is that the same data that suggests that when both people are educated?
Yes.
Because I saw some data that says when the woman is more educated, the voice is on the
It's the both
people. You're right.
Both
people.
Okay, yeah. So both, yeah. There you go. So and you would concede that that's also a minority of black people.
It is, but it ain't a small minority. It is like minority based on the 50% rule. Yeah, but it's not small.
I think it's like 30%. So it's a
30%.
I think it's like 30%. I think. And so I always look at it like this, Beans. If you owe me $100, you can't give me 70. Like
type shit.
So if that 30 seems to be like decently substantial, I guess. I think it's 30, but you have to fact. I can't remember. I think it's 30%.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can look real quick.
And it could be.
I mean, if you talking about married right now, right? So like
no, educated, just educated. 30. Oh yeah, it is a 30% marriage rate, but I think it's 30% education for all of us. Yeah.
Right. See, that's what I'm looking at. We already have a percentage of us married. That's 30. So that means 70% of us. You can just move that to the side. Now, out of that 30, guess 30% what?
30% of 30.
We're saying right.
No, it's like 55. No, it's like 55 to 70 at 30.
Well, right. But this is what I'm saying. If you look at the numbers, the education numbers,
kind of bully your way in
black
here
women
sometimes.
get 60-something percent.
Get Hank too.
Yeah, you got to.
We gonna get him, Mike Hank.
Y'all ain't passing shit. Y'all been talking all goddamn day.
Y'all hear that, Hank? God damn, we finna give it to you,
Good
my
afternoon,
man.
Hamp. My fault. Let me pay my
What's up,
respect.
Hank?
It's been a long time.
What up, Hamp? What up, Hink?
Yeah, you got to get that right. God damn, you looking right at me.
Yeah, I ain't seen you in ages,
Call
man.
me another goddamn man. Hey, that's some nasty work. Shout out to you, Han, for having this conversation. But it sounds like all the dumb people are still single. Shot, is that what you're saying?
This nigga ain't shit.
Nah,
Nigga ain't shit.
I ain't saying that.
This
That's
nigga
what it
been married
sound
for 2 weeks. And
College
now
don't always
Goddamn,
mean
that's
smart.
what it sounds like. Shout out to the dumb folks. Hey, let me say this, man. Just last month, because today's the 3rd of July. Last month was Men's Mental Health Month. We talk about some shit we should be talking about. We talk about this shit all the time. This is nothing new. This is the same conversation, just a different goddamn day. Now, what we need to be talking about is our men's mental health. Fuck the women. We can't worry about them. We got to worry about us, because we know they're not going to be concerned about our mental health. That's why they cussing, talking crazy to you motherfuckers, beating you up, putting hands and feet on you, because they really don't give a shit about your goddamn mental health. So you got to care about your own goddamn mental health. So for you fellas who don't, man, well, you need to do something better. Your mental health as well as your physical health. Just the other day, man, I went to the doctor. I got a good, clean bill of health. Shit, that's a beautiful thing.
For sure.
My family got a history of diabetes and high blood pressure. I got to stay on top of my shit because I want to be on this earth as long as I possibly fucking can. So fellas, I'll tell y'all this, man, do what you got to do for your mental as well as your physical. But I don't mean to derail the conversation. Let's keep it going. Let's keep going. We keep talking about the same bullshit.
Well, no, what it was actually was the initial premise was, just having a baseline for the conversations about the black community on a solid foundation, right? You want to start it on something being true, and so we had to clarify a few things. The premise was that black people are the only people that celebrate debauchery, right? And I showed plenty of movies and TV shows where everybody love that shit, right? Fight videos when YouTube first started always got the most views. People love that shit. They did that in the Roman times and etc. So that's, or the Greeks, I should say, right? So we understand that. So now we kind of are at a point where we're saying, look, regardless everybody does it, okay, but the effects on us are greater. That's the conversation now. And so when you popped in, they were going over what makes people successful. So if you got this money but are mentally unstable, is that person doing well? So that's kind of what you heard. And a lot of that's not assessed. It's more or less about what assets you have, and the liquid capital that you have access to. That's how we often say if people are doing well or not. JT actually brought up a good point that is adjacent to that, where even though crime may be down, even though teen pregnancy may be down, what is the behavior? Do you have to get in trouble with the law to shed a negative light on you and your people? So that's interesting, and then how do you solve for that? Right. And so I think that is interesting. Hank and I talked about this a couple years back, just in terms of what do you do to give back to the community? See, that's another thing yes, Big Bang. Yes, sure. Okay, let me turn it. That's another thing that scuffed my Timbs, right? People never ever put no pain out there in the earth with the young boys, but they complain about the young boys. People will bash the community not being part of it nor contributing, right? And money does matter to a lot of these programs, right? You can help by funding, but there's so many things that people aren't willing to do or don't do and have so much negative to say. That's why, JT, when you saying it, I'm listening, I'm clearly. Other people saying it, they ain't trying to help nobody. They ain't loving on nobody. They ain't around the community, and so I could refute them easily with numbers because that's all they care about anyway. Right. But it's a substantive conversation, which then leads into what Hink's saying. What are people's mental capacity? How well are we doing? If Hink tell me I'm fine, if he fine, I probably need to call him, right? That's how men work. So it's a lot to it, to how we know if people are doing good or not. He
stole my premise though. Don't.
And
I was making the point with Shot that when we talk about people doing well, we usually just talking about money.
No,
And that's my
I
thing
tied
about
it
it.
in. That's why I was tying it in for Hank altogether. Like,
No, you did. You did an excellent job, and I just want to tell you, I'm happy for you that your memory is still that good. I can't say the same because I mean, you read it from front to back, bro. That was crazy without even hesitating. So if your memory is still good, keep doing whatever you're doing health wise.
yes, sir.
And
But
it'll
I just think it's an important thing, Shad. Honestly, man, because again, so when we talk about, I don't want to say no names, even though he be here a lot. You can throw me in there. It's certain people in the space, bro, that get treated differently because they poor. Because we ain't got no money.
that's a part of
It don't matter what's coming out of our mouth, how flat that shit is, how true it is. None of that don't matter. All people filter everything you say through the fact that they know you broke. Right? So that's what I'm saying. Now, tomorrow I hit the lottery, I got $1 million. Now I'm the shit all of a sudden. Now I'm turned up. So now everybody's subscribing. Now everybody's sending super chats and shit, cash apps and shit. This shit is dumb, bro. It's more dysfunctional shit in our space than just hip hop and teen pregnancy and violence. That's what I'm saying. Some of the shit that destroys us the most ain't even being broadcast as if it's a problem.
But the
People
problem
means-
is the problem is that's all this space talks about.
Right.
That's all it talks about. So if that's all you talk about, that's all you're gonna see.
Right.
I don't see nobody else talking about volunteering, helping, giving back. I don't see nobody doing it. I mean, I think I'm the only one in this space that has mental health shows. I have one every goddamn year. I had one twice so far this year, and I even said I'm gonna challenge every content creator to do one mental health show a year, not one a month, not one every quarter, not one every 6. I said every goddamn year. I'm gonna challenge every one, last one of you motherfuckers. Will y'all do it? Nah, y'all ain't gonna do it. Y'all gonna talk. Y'all go like we always do. We gonna talk, but we gonna go back to the bullshit. Go back to the fuckery. I understand that's how you get your goddamn money. Get paid. But then you got to look at the deeper cause. So you talking about we got to come up with solutions? We're not coming up with solutions when we keep talking about the same goddamn problem because I ain't heard a solution. One of the solutions we need to be talking about is men and their mental health and their physical health. That's one of the solutions. We crazy. We lose our goddamn mind. We don't want to accept it. We need help. You need to sit on somebody's couch or somebody's Zoom. We don't want to be talking about doing that because it makes you look weak, pathetic,
No.
and vulnerable.
Wait.
You don't talk.
Hold on. But see, this is what I'm saying. Let me challenge that a little bit. The reason why is because that was me. I got all of my old shows. Please don't make me dig through them 1,000-ass shows. I did mental health shows all the time because I came into the space talking about how I was dealing with depression and anxiety. I showed my wrist to show motherfuckers how I used to cut all on my wrist and make myself bleed, how I used to abuse pills. And you know what happened? It got used against me.
Yeah. So why do you stop?
Anytime I said anything that somebody disagreed with, nigga, then you try to kill yourself. Nigga, ain't you broke?
Okay, cool.
Nigga, ain't you on Section 8?
I hear you.
Hold on. And guess what the hosts do?
Brother, you cut me off.
They let it fly.
Ahead, brother. You right. Go ahead, brother.
No, I'm just saying, Hink. I'm saying this.
I heard what you said. But why did you stop?
Well, I don't. Okay, let me ask you a question sincerely. I stopped because I got accused of using my mental shit to try to make money. So that made me not want to do it. But when I'm in a mood, I'll do a show.
So
I get on this bitch when I'm going through, when I'm triggered, when something has happened to me, when I'm in one of them depressions, I will.
Is that why you did it though?
Yard and get on camera and talk about that shit. I still don't have no qualms with it, but I don't do the consistent shows like I used to do, which is my Monday.
Is that why you did it though?
Against you.
But is that why you did it for the money?
No, at first I didn't know nothing about no damn money on YouTube.
If you was doing it for that and the clout and all that, you doing it for the wrong reason.
Yeah, but I didn't know nothing about none of that when I first came to YouTube. I just did it because that was my real life. My real life was dealing with depression and anxiety.
Then why haven't you?
I just told you because it gets used against you.
No. I heard why you stopped. Why ain't you picking that up? Because you can't worry about that. That's a part of being vulnerable, right? That's a part of it. You have to accept that's going to come with it. Look here, y'all talk about y'all vulnerable shit up here all the time. Y'all talk about how we have bad relationships. I've talked about how I cheated on my ex-wife. I talked about how I got divorced. You know what I'm saying? I talk about all that shit. I don't give a fuck what somebody say about me. The fuck does that matter to me? It doesn't matter because I already dealt. Whatever I dealt with, I don't have no problem with talking about. Whatever I address, I don't have no problem with talking about. And we shouldn't. Because guess what? There's a
Well, let
young
me
man out
respond to
there
that.
well, hold on, let me finish though. There's a young man out there right now that's going to need to hear your testimony. But you worried about what some old motherfuckers say. No, fuck that shit. Don't worry about that. Fuck these old motherfuckers. Let them die off. Like we got to worry about these old motherfuckers still won't do that ratchet bullshit. Let them die off. Let's talk to these young. Let's talk to young Chubb. Let's talk to our sons and our daughters, and get the message in. These old motherfuckers, they not gonna change. These old dogs, you can't teach old dog new trick. That's what I'm saying. But there's a young man, a young woman that may need your testimony. So you can't worry about what somebody's saying in the goddamn chat. And if they use it, they ain't shit.
But here's the thing.
Go ahead, brother.
I don't want to argue about this because unless you walk,
it's just good conversation.
No. That's true. I'm just saying I don't want to argue about this because unless you walk it, you might not be able to understand. But what I'm doing here, this is a brand. This is a business. And truth be told, some of my biggest episodes was me talking about the shit I went through. But when it got used against me, that became the narrative. And the space turned against me. When any of these niggas create a narrative about me, it gets used against me and the space turns against me.
Well, I think
I'm not some rich person who can come back from it because I got the bag and everybody's still looking up to me. They know I'm poor. And that's what I'm saying. The more you tell these motherfuckers about yourself, it's not the more that they are impressed and loving your vulnerability. It's 6 motherfuckers like that.
Here's a
Everybody
problem.
else, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Well, here's a problem, right? Like Hank created a narrative, right? And that's an overarching issue, right? And this might be risky. I talk about what I want to talk about, right? Mm-hmm. So in June of last year, more specifically, I decided to focus more on mental health because I wanted to learn more about it, you know? But most of the time, recently, we haven't even been talking about like relationships directly. We've been talking more about ideologies and concepts, you know? But people like say it. And then there's a few new people who be like, oh, yeah, that's what they always do, Hank. Well, you haven't even been here before, you know, but they might know Hank. And so if he said, then they think it's true. And he not doing it maliciously, but it for people who are new, it may create a narrative for them nonetheless. Right. Here's what we know. When I did the Bible shows, less engagement. When I did about entrepreneurship, less engagement. The mental health stuff, because we put it in like we did the dark triad, right, Hank? And so, you know, the dark triad has what's it called? What's it called? Psychopathy. It has like those traits, right? And so you can lean it towards like the serial killers and stuff to learn about. And most men seemingly exude dark triad traits more, right? So we put it in a framework that was interesting to people while talking about mental health, you know? And I don't really believe in therapy, right? I don't. Like, I don't even know if I believe in depression. But I said this before. Yeah, like those things, I just don't know. I don't know. Because I know that I always got to get up and do what I got to do. I don't got no time for that. You know? But is that just ignorance is bliss? You see? So I understand it well. I had this ring. My wife bought me this orb ring, and my heart rate kept spiking. And I was just sitting down. You know? So I'm like, where is that coming from? Is that stress? Why can't I sleep well? What is this state that I don't understand? To where I go to the boxing gym and I do X, you know what I'm saying? So I assess these things, but I'm just saying my belief, and I'm using the word believe on purpose based on etymology. You know?
A couple of things real quick. One, everybody get y'all tickets next weekend in Houston. HAMP versus Beans and all his brothers. The fight for depression will be going down. JT, this nigga disrespectful.
I got a lot of brothers too. You know that, right?
That's okay. They ain't invited. But you said that you could do whatever you want to on your show. So, Ham, when I first met you, what did I say about you?
No, I said I talk about what I want to talk about.
I know that's what I meant. I reworded it. My bad. That's what I meant. You talk about whatever you want to, but I'm just saying. Just follow me real quick. When I first met you, what did I say about you? What did I tell the entire space about you?
I was the best.
You was the one.
The one, yeah.
This dude is the one. Shad, I was telling everybody who would listen. He's the one. Everybody was wondering who's gonna be next. It's him. I told everybody who would listen, right? I didn't know how much money he made at all. It didn't matter. The only thing that mattered was what was coming out of his face. I'm like, this guy's the truth. He the one, right? Sure enough, he proved it. He's the one. But Hamp, you know why you the one? Not because you got money, but because they can't use none of that shit against you. They can't call you broke. They can't say you ugly. They can't say you're depressed. They can't say you tried to kill yourself. They can't say you got your kids homeless. They can't say none of the shit that they will say about poor people. Right? When I was growing up, the wise people were fucking poor.
Yeah, but Beans,
My
why is
auntie
this
who
thing
had
about
the bag,
money?
we didn't go to her for information.
I think it's something else, Beans. Actually,
Why is this? What has money got to do with anything though?
It has everything. Listen, well, this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm talking about right now. Y'all don't understand it, and you can't even concede that you don't understand it because you're not walking in a person's shoes, right? It has everything to do with the fact that people do not respect or value you or your information, right? Whatever you may be bringing to the table, it's not perceived the same way, right? I made a big fuss about this. Everybody who's been in the space knows this, that when Hamp started asking people not to say certain words and they conceded, nigga, I went on a 2-week rant about that because them same people who was over here conceding was telling me I was ruining the show for asking them to give me yes or no answers. Why didn't they think I deserved yes or no answers? Because they couldn't filter what I was saying, or no, not because they couldn't, but because they always filtered what I was saying by what they thought about my economical situation, which to me, and I'm saying this today, is a bigger dysfunction in the Black community than the violence, than teen pregnancy, than single motherhood and all of that shit. Is the way that we view each other in this economical lens. I saw a video yesterday, a guy walked up to a girl. He was like, damn, I just want to let you know she was beautiful. She said, you gonna pay for this shit? Yeah. He said, no. She's like, all right, get on there. This is how we judge each other, by money.
I mean, again, I think I wouldn't say you're completely wrong. I'm only pushing back on you said we didn't concede because I think that might be your personal interpretation of the situation, right? Because I've been a spectator longer than I've been a person that came on panels, and the reason why I decided to start coming on panels for Hamp's particular platform because what I saw was a person who didn't pretend to know what he didn't know. So, for instance, I come from the public health space. I work at the leading public health organization in America, right? And so when I saw men coming on panels talking about statistics, perversing the use of statistics, and I came to Hamp's platform, he was open. He was actually open to the information I was providing him. So, okay, this is a space where we can learn because you're familiar with the Dunning-Kruger effect. We see it every day on these panels where people have limited knowledge about a thing, but they pretend to be experts. And what I told him when I first came around, I said, Hemp, y'all don't realize it yet, but y'all are putting a burden on yourselves where at one point in time, we went to mainstream media for information. Now it's going to be y'all, and y'all going to be held accountable. Because when time passes and we the old people, because we love to come on these panels and talk shit about the old people, what they didn't do, y'all going to be judged the same way. The kids going to be watching this tape back the same way we watch the black and white tapes from Farrakhan and Malcolm X. They're going to watch these tapes back, and the black community is going to say, what did Hemp do? What did Beans do? What did Shy do? What did Hink? What did Coach and JT do to either push black people further or held them back? And we're going to be scrutinized and judged harshly. So now, with that being the truth, now you're going to be held accountable because you have a platform that people are supporting with their money, with their time. Are you doing right by your people? That's a burden that I think when people first started this thing, Beans, they wasn't considering. So when I saw him, I saw a person who was saying he was being thoughtful, he was methodical, he was careful about his conversation. He actually moderated the conversation in a way where people could actually give knowledge. So I don't. Me personally, I didn't concede to what you were saying because I didn't see it the way you saw it, and you could be correct. I just didn't see it that way. That's why I didn't concede to what you said.
I
Wait,
think
what
that
you saying you didn't concede to?
Well, you were saying we didn't concede about it's because of his cachet or whatever. You know what I mean? Which is why he gets a certain amount of support versus somebody else who doesn't have the same cachet. I'm saying I didn't think it was because he had money or because he was nice looking. That nigga ugly, man.
Are you talking about? No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying when I said that you won't concede, I'm saying concede that you don't understand it. Like here's my question, real quick.
I got you. Oh, I'll concede to that because I don't.
Yeah,
I'll concede.
there you go. You rock with HAMP, right? Mm-hmm. I want you to tell me the broke person whose channel you frequent as much as you frequent HAMPs.
I don't know what y'all pockets is, bro. I don't know nobody money. I don't know nobody pockets.
I ain't see. Here's my thing. I don't even
think
you can try to judge a person off that because you've shown me just as much grace as you shown him.
Yeah.
So I'm not even trying to put that jacket on you, but I'm just showing you, right? You can't name them, though. But I guarantee you, if I asked you, name the person that's doing well whose channel you follow, you could tell me, couldn't you?
Well, I got a few
people. Even though you ain't no pocket watcher, you can tell me, oh, yeah, Dr. So-and-so getting to the bag, or such and such, yeah, they getting to the bag. But you can't tell me, no, it's this one dude, that nigga broke. But I don't give a damn how much money he don't got. He be spitting the truth.
Well, just to answer your question real quick.
Broke ass nigga.
Just to answer your question real quick. So I'm also in the creator space. I'm a writer and director too, right? So there's a couple of pages I follow. They ain't popping. I think they're very creative. So I follow them. So I mean that would be, I don't know what the money is, but they don't have big platforms. I just think what they do is dope. So I mean,
I think that's also some shit that we learn from white people too, though.
I also think that when you're talking about just money as currency, I think it's more than just that. So this is what I look at. I look at how a person, their relationship with their kids, whether they're married or not, right? I don't really care anything about them being happily married or anything like that. I care about if they're fortifying their community by, if they're married, staying married, their relationship with their kids, their relationships, if their mom and dad is still living, their relationship with them, cousins, and all these different things. Because I think that no matter how much money a person has, it does not talk about whether they're broke or rich. Let me explain. You have a lot of people that have an abundance of money, but they're piss poor when it comes down to how to manage it, how to manage the relationships that they have with people, what they're doing with the money, all these different things. And if you look long enough, you will see that they will lose all of that. If they don't have a great relationship with their community, I think, in my opinion, that they're piss poor. Reason being is because look at our community right now. We're so separated in our mind. And I'm talking about the Black community. We're separated. Our youth are separated from their parents and their grandparents. The man and the woman are separated because of our ideology. I think that we have, if you talk about our community, we're separated. We're not together. You got one set that are doing what they're supposed to be doing, and they understand that this takes work. But you also have another set that's not doing anything, and they want the same end results. So what they do is they would think that because they have money, that would just make everything right. No, it actually goes to the point of now you just put a spotlight on yourself, and they see that you got all this money, but you still don't have good relationships with anybody. You end up having people, like you were saying, Beans, we in a different, you and Shad, we're in a different this is a culture now, right? Social media is a culture. So what's happening right now, for instance, my man HAMP, the reason why people would sit back and say, yeah, and like what you were saying, he the one, because he explored everything. He like, look, we gonna put it all on the table. I'm gonna give my assessment, and then I'm gonna see where you guys, and it fortifies us to think even more, right? So it makes us the ones that actually are looking at being able to be better with just the little space that we're in. We look at that and say, yeah, we need to do that. Because we can take what we learned from this platform and a couple of few other ones, and we can actually apply it when we get out here on the soil, right?